Hi, everyone. I'm going to be going through one more optimization problem. And we've got a Norman window. This Norman window, if you've ever seen one, it's just a window that is a rectangle with a semicircle on top of it. You might have seen them in churches or maybe some older houses. Now, if we wanted to maximize the area, that means we are going to be dealing with, well, the area of this thing, which is really just the sum of the area of the rectangle and the semicircle. So we have xy for the rectangle, and then our semicircle is going to be half, because it is a semicircle, pi times your radius squared. Well, let me fix that. Your radius is x over 2 squared. I have drawn the picture for you. But this isn't going to work because we have this y here, so we need to come up with a secondary equation. Fortunately enough, we are given the perimeter. We are told it is 16 feet. Now, if we're going to talk about the perimeter, we have to deal with the sides, or like maybe the frame of the window. And notice that there's only one side that is length x, and there are two sides that are length y. Now, the reason this is because this inside part is just to demonstrate where the length on the inside is. It is not part of the frame. This is glass that I've circled here. There is nothing in here. So we're going to want to take that into account. So we have x plus 2y plus, well, the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. We're dealing with a semicircle here, so we really have pi r, and our radius is x over 2. So this is really just pi over 2x plus pi over 2x. If you need the circumference stuff, just pause the video and rewind. Let's see. We know this is 16, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to solve for y. And I'm choosing y because I only have one y in my primary equation, so it's just going to be the easiest to solve for. We've got 2y is equal to 16 minus x minus pi over 2x. So y is 8 minus x over 2 minus pi over 4x. So from here, we're going to substitute that into our primary equation. We have a is equal to x times 8 minus x over 2 minus pi over 4x plus pi over 2. That's just the 1/2 pi. I'm condensing it down a little bit. Pi over 2 times x squared over 4. That is the x over 2 quantity squared that we're dealing with. So from here, let's simplify it down to make it a little bit easier to work with. 8x minus x squared over 2 minus pi over 4x squared plus, we've got this 4 and this pi over 2. If we were to multiply them together, we get like a pi x squared over 8. Well, let's just call that pi over 8x squared here. So from here, I want to see if I can reduce this at all. I'm looking back at my notes to make sure. So far, I haven't made any mistakes. This is the third time I'm doing this. I actually just want to make sure that I'm right. We got the x squared of pi over 4x squared plus pi over 8x squared. So far, so good. And we can, I'm just going to change the way this looks a little bit. I'm going to put my negative x squared over 2 out front because it has the largest, what would you call it, exponent, degree. And right here, I can combine these two. I have a negative pi over 4. Well, that's like 2 pi over 8s. And I have a positive pi over 8, so that's minus pi over 8x squared. From here, we're going to differentiate. That means we have a negative x plus 8 minus pi over 4x, and that is equal to 0. From here, I'm going to just get all my x's on one side, and then I'm going to factor them out. So I've got 8 is equal to x plus pi over 4x. Factoring that out, you get 8 is equal to x times 1 plus pi over 4, and then we can just divide that 1 plus pi over 4. So we end up with x is equal to 8 over 1 plus pi over 4. Now what we should do, I'm going to plug this into my calculator. Yes, I know my battery is low. 8 over 1 plus pi over 4. That is approximately 4.48. I'm going to store that. Remember, your store button is right by the on button. And then I'm going to take this value for x. I'm going to plug it in back here for our dimension for y, and then we'll actually be done. So y is 8 minus 4.48. Remember, you should not be typing in 4.48. You should hit the X button that you stored it in to begin with on your calculator, and then minus pi over 4, also times 4.48. Again, also don't use 4.48. Use the X that you stored it in your calculator. So let's see, we have got 8 minus x over 2 minus pi over 4 times x. And that gets me about 2.24. So our dimensions are 4.48 by 2.24 feet. And that's it. We are done. For the rest of the day, I'd like you to finish up your homework that is due on the 11th. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'll do the best I can to answer your questions via email. And if they're not making sense still, that's okay. Ask me again tomorrow. Otherwise, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope my class is hopefully pretty much the only one you have to actually do anything for. Have a good one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.